How's it going, and welcome back to the channel, where today is another very stressful day for all the Villa fans as we are in the semi-final of the Europa Conference League Cup. So we managed to just scrape through against FC Lille in the last round on penalties, and unfortunately we have lost Martinez for the game after his yellow card after extra time. It was a very controversial one as well, where he actually got 2 yellow cards in one game but didn't get sent off because it had hit penalties, so it all resets. But because of the 2 yellow cards, it does mean that he will not be playing today in the semi-finals against Olympiacos. But at the moment, both teams seem to be doing pretty well. Olympiacos has won their last game 4-1. They drew to PAOK as well in the Greek playoff league. Olympiacos also scraped through on penalties and received a red card as well. And in the Super League Greece playoffs, they seem to be doing quite well too. They have got a game in hand. They're currently in 4th, but if they do win that game in hand, they will move up to 2nd in that. After our game at the weekend against Chelsea, where we did find ourselves 2-0 up and almost lost 3-2 apart from the 96th minute VAR decision. So I am just that little bit worried about Aston Villa keeping the lead. We kind of almost need to outscore the opposition at the moment, as we do seem to be letting goals in left, right and centre. Although with the form that we are in at the moment, I do think that we should be winning this game up against Olympiacos, and if I have to predict, I think I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Villa tonight. We need some goals as well, as this is the first leg of the semi-final. So ideally we want to be going over to Olympiacos with at least a 2-goal buffer, and then hopefully that will be enough to secure us in our final in Athens. So it will be just me and my dad today. However, my dad is already in Birmingham, so we're going to be meeting him. We're going to be catching the train in just a few minutes. Then we'll hop off at Witton Station and we'll head over to Villa Park, get some good food as well. Hopefully we can get some fish and chips or sausage and chips. I'll be very happy with that. We've arrived at Villa Park. All the Villa boys have just gone in as well. There were so many flares and things. I unfortunately just missed it as the train was delayed. And now Gary Shaw is on stage and we're about to head in, so up the Villa. And that is kick-off. So a few wayward passes to begin with by both Longley and Olsen, but hopefully we start to get into this game, but we'll have to see how we get on. The great fans from the Olympiacos side as well, all cheering throughout the whole of the game, and it's a goal for Leon Bailey, able to head one in, but 1 minute, it's been called out unfortunately. Apparently there was a foul in the box from Longley, but looked a little bit soft to be honest, but no, Olympiacos managed to get the finish after Matty Cash just keeps him onside. It literally went to VR and it's by centimetres. And no, that's his second goal for Olympiacos, both by Ayoub El Karbi, who gets that second one too. And this time it was Luca Dean who kept him onside. And it's got to be a penalty for Leon Bailey, but no, it's not been given. However, Ollie Watkins is able to score one there just before half-time, the perfect time to score for him as we make our way into half-time. And that is the first half over. It was mostly Olympiacos, to be honest, that were in this game. However, we did start to bring it back towards the end of that first half. Hopefully we can keep that up, the momentum, and in the second half grab a quick goal. But we're currently 2-1 down. Not a great start, defensive errors all round, but now we're going to be making our way into the kick-off of the second half. So here we go, into the second half. Come on, Villa. Oh, and it's a couple of close chances right at the start. Here's another one where we're on the counter-attack, but unfortunately no goal again. It's currently chance after chance for Aston Villa, so we kept the momentum up from the end of that first half. And yes, it's a goal from Moussa Diaby right on the front post. Probably should have been saved by the Olympiacos goalkeeper, but we'll take that every day of the week. Oh, but it's a penalty, unfortunately. Douglas Luiz. Oh, and it's a goal, another goal for Ayoub El Kaabi. It was a penalty after Douglas Luiz raised his arm in the box, unfortunately gave away the handball, and that is always going to be given, unfortunately. Oh, and it's another deflected goal, this time from Santiago Heze, who knocks it off of Konza's back. And Olsen, I believe, should be saving that one, really. I'll have to take a look at that when we get back home. But unfortunately, we do concede another. And here we go, maybe a chance here from this throw-in. So it's Matty Cash who's going to throw this one in. Looks like he's going to go for a long throw-in into the box. He does. It's a great throw, to be honest. It's right in the centre. Oh, a bit of a mix-up. And is John? No, he's been brought down. John Duran brought down. A penalty given by the referee. Now it's our chance to get us back to one goal in it. 84th minute penalty for Douglas Luiz. He's done a little bit of a samba here by the looks of it as he comes up to take the penalty. Hits it. Oh, and it's not Douglas Luiz's day, and that is going to be full-time. Olympiacos 4, Aston Villa 2. Oh, Villa, what have we done? We've made it really difficult now for us to have any chance of getting to the final of the Conference League Cup. We just didn't seem to want it, to be honest. Didn't look like we wanted it, apart from 25 minutes of the game, end of the first half, start of the second half, when we brought it back to 2-2. As soon as we gave that penalty away from a Douglas Luiz handball, that was it then. We just shut off and they were able to score another deflected goal after that. And unfortunately, that could be a game over, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen in these competitions. Hopefully, we'll come back fighting at Olympiacos and maybe we can get that 2-goal deficit back and go on to win the game. Although one of the things I did think, which is obviously a bit biased with me being a Villa fan, was that the referee wasn't great, to be honest. I thought the first goal that we scored, maybe a bit of a soft foul to give away to the opposition, and which maybe should have counted, and then also the penalty in the first half as well. I don't know how Leon Bailey wasn't given a penalty for the foul on him. I mean, obviously I'm sat ages away from it, but it looked like a pretty obvious penalty, so I'll have to check that one out as well later on. And then also, what was Douglas Luiz doing? Putting his arm up. Unfortunately, they are going to be given, and for that reason, they did score, and then that just took all of our momentum away. And then Douglas Luiz again at the end of the game, unfortunately not converting that penalty, which would have left us with just a 1-goal deficit. I didn't actually think Olympiacos played that well, to be honest. I think we had more chances than them. We could have done a lot better than we did. Olsen wasn't amazing in goal, but to be fair, I don't think his defenders played very well either in front of him. Longley's passing, again, was a little bit off, along with Olsen's. Just the distribution is so much better when you've got Martinez at the back and also Carlos or Pau Torres. I'm not sure why those two were rested, but maybe they had a slight injury and they didn't want to risk it or something. But to be honest, I thought Olympiacos deserved it. Their fans looked really buzzing as well. They were amazing, cheering all game too. So we're just going to have to go across to their home turf now and try and get a win from them, and then hopefully we'll make it to the final in Athens. But I think Olympiacos are going to want it more, bearing in mind it is in Athens, and also they have that 2-goal lead. So they're probably going to sit back a little bit and try and make sure they break us down so that we have to push up high and then they can go and score a counter or something. I've also lost the win streak with my Villa top. They had 6 wins on the bounce, and unfortunately this one has taken that away. and we are back to square one. My prediction was completely off as well. I went for 3-1. We ended up losing 4-2, so a lot of goals in the game, and it looks like we're just leaking at the moment, so hopefully we can bring it back against Brighton. I do think a couple of the players had a good game though. I thought Luca Dean was pretty good. I'm surprised Morgan Rogers came off as well when he was substituted off for Duran, who came on. Didn't do too much. I'm surprised about that. I thought he was going to do a lot better, but Morgan Rogers, surprised he came off. But I think they all just looked a little bit slow, to be honest. Passes around, there maybe could have been a bit more urgency. We sort of let them get back into shape before we started trying to attack, and then they just sat back and were able to defend for the rest of the game. But one positive was that Tottenham did lose to Chelsea as well today, which is great for us if we want to get our Champions League spot. But I hope you all enjoy this one anyway. It was a bit of a shame with the result from Villa, but obviously some people are going to be happy with that in Greece. And Kimon Gamer, I know you're Greek as well, so you were cheering on Olympiacos, unfortunately. But hope you all enjoyed this one anyway. It was a little bit different. The game was as flat as my hair is right now. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well for some more vlogs, parkrun content and some Rocket League content too. And I'll see you all in the next one.